Hello, my name's Andy Green and this is a tutorial for Reaper on making a Frippertronics style delay system. Now by Frippertronics I mean replicating the sound of a long tape loop which can be layered upon. So what we're going to need in this is a pretty long delay for a start. And we're also going to need something which emulates the sound of tape. Now before we do anything here, what we're going to need to do is go into File, Project Settings. You could use Alt and Enter. Go into Advanced Settings and click Allow Feedback in Routing. Okay, that's okay on there. Close it. Now make a new track. In routing for this track, you need to switch off master send. Put it on mute for now. Set up a send to your instrument track and a receive from the same track. And close that. Now we're going to start putting effects on there. So we're going to put a delay. What we're actually going to be doing is not strictly speaking a delay, it's an echo. An echo has a tonal difference. An echo is something which almost is like a rhyme. Delay is the same thing repeated. And it's this degradation in the quality over each repeat that I think sounds so appealing. Now there is a VST that tries to do the same thing, but it's from I think about 2004. The algorithm on it which degrades the signal I think doesn't sound great. It's called Electrics. By all means check it out. I think this system's much better. Now if we're wanting to make a very long loop, it turns out we have a limitation with rear delay. It only goes up to 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 4 instances of rear delay. You could stack them pretty much as many times as you want. Today we're going to use 4. Okay, so 102 BPM, 16 bars. In total, this is 37,647 milliseconds. Okay, so if I'm using 4 delays, I need to put each of these delays at 9,411. So basically, 9,411 milliseconds is 4 bars. We're using 4 delays, we're stacking them on top of each other, and then it passes through to the original channel. So there we have a very, very long delay. 16 bars, 32 seconds. Now we're going to look at making that delay, that pure delay, sound more like a tape machine, maybe a poorly functioning tape machine. So we're going to be putting it through some VSTs before it returns to the original track and is sent back in a feedback loop. The first one is called Chow tape model. This is really an incredible piece of kit that's, I think, better than just about any tape emulator I've ever heard. The amount of different ways that you can degrade the signal. Okay, here, gap in microns of the tape. It's actually modelled on a number of old reel-to-reel devices and different settings. It's really good. Download it, try it, use it on your drums, use it on whatever you want. Whatever you want. Now also I'd recommend that you go and check out the site for Airwindows. Chris at Airwindows operates on a Patreon model, but also if you're not able to support him, everything is there on his website. He has all his VSTs, and you'll be able to download a pack of all of his VSTs. Now when I say all of his VSTs, there are a lot. This man does a VST every week, and it's open source, it's shareware, or rather donationware, as it were, being built on the Patreon model. And what we're going to be using today is, we're going to be using Capacitor 2. Okay, Capacitor 2, very simple. As with all the Airwindows plugins, there's basically no user interface, there's only the parameters. Okay, it can look off-putting, it is nice to have pretty graphics, but they work. So we have low pass filter, high pass filter, non-linearity. Okay, so what's happening here? Basically you can limit the spectrum of the sound. So it's just a simple filter. And the non-linearity introduces a bit of distortion into the sound as well. It gives quite a nice edge. You can use this on just about everything. I really like using it on guitars, bass, drums. Play with that high pass and just get everything so there's no flab coming through. But we're going to be using this to, as one of the ways we're going to make the sound more degraded over time. We're also going to be using to tape 6. Okay, to tape 6, the thing I really like on here, and you have to be quite careful with it, is the Flutter control. Flutter is just a bit of wobble, but I think it's got a really nice feel to it. It can be a bit dizzying if there's too much of it, but use it tastefully. Basically, you should just about hear it, but not quite. So here you have input, soften, head B, flutter. Now, on Chris's website he has a half-hour tutorial on each of these plugins. Basically, what I'd recommend is play with the settings until it sounds nice for you. And we're also going to be using tape dust. Now, I'm going to put that in very low amount. Okay. And there we have it. A digital replication of a long tape loop. Whatever signal we feed into the first track will come back repeated into that same first track after having done a diversion through a number of algorithms which sound like a tape machine slightly malfunctioning. So if you wanted to do those Basinski style disintegration loops or wobbly boards of Canada kind of effects, this is going to be right up your street. It's a really good way to jam by yourself and make music. So enjoy.